Hare Krishna, kids. Well, happy advanced Rath Yatra festival, which is coming on July 1st, which is Friday. So I'm so excited about this festival, since I was a kid, like since I was I think 5 years old, I've been observing Rath Yatra. It started, I didn't know much about the pastimes of Krishna at that time, and and how Krishna got this form. I had no idea, but I just loved the festival. The kids would, pull the rath in Balram Desh temple. I was in Bahrain that time. Um, and I was so fortunate to meet holy men, sadhus, and come and talk about Jagannath pastimes, Krishna's pastime. He's so merciful. You know how Krishna, when someone is so happy, when he's so excited, you see the person go, like their eyes become so pop up, and then like they have a big smile, and that. So we need to understand that Krishna must be so happy when he got this form. He was in this ecstatic mood. Krishna, Balaram, and the middle is Subhadra Maya, his own sister. So today we're going to have like a little journey of how Krishna got his this unique form, and how Jagannath Dham story, a little bit history, and then a little bit glories of Jagannath. Okay, so let me like talk about a little bit of like this happened before we talk about how Jagannath came in Kali Yuga. I'm going to talk about go back to Krishna's time, 5,000 years ago, when Krishna came in this universe, when Krishna appeared. So we know I've not actually started discussing more pastimes of Krishna yet to the new group. But all the kids that have joined in India, we read a lot of Krishna Katha when we were kids, right? I mean, like when 2 years ago in August, we've been discussing a lot of Krishna's pastimes from Krishna book, right? So I'm going to start Krishna book soon, but I wanted to get you all glimpse of great Mahajanas. Last week we discussed about Brahma, right? How Lord Brahma is the greatest devotee of the Lord, and how he was born, and like how he created the universe, who created him, like so we learned more about him. So we're going to take a little bit of detour before we talk about other Mahajanas, because this huge festival is coming. This is a magnificent festival where even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where Krishna came in the form of a devotee in the mood of Radharani 500 years ago, he celebrated Rath Yatra. He introduced this Rath Yatra to everyone, to all over the world, to all over India. And because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, because his divine grace, Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, he risked his life at the age of 70, crossed the ocean in the Jaladuta ship, and like he took 30 days to come to America, and then he started this Rath Yatra. No one knew about Jagannath, no one knew about Krishna in this form, and he established Rath Yatra festival in San Francisco for the first time, and then other cities in London. I was so fortunate to actually experience London Rath Yatra in 2017. But when I was a kid, I was observing Rath Yatra in US also when I was growing up. We saw, but I didn't know much about the story of how Jagannath came. But when I came to know in UK more about, then I got really attracted. I really fell in love with Jagannath. So I'm very fortunate. I have like this baby Jagannath and Baldev Subhadra Maharani. My grandmother, she passed on them to me. I'm so fallen, but I'm trying my level best to take care of them behalf of her. I'm not even close the bhakti that she had. So I'm so fortunate to have them in my life. So let's go back to our story. This has really happened. So So this happened like after Kurukshetra war, like, when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, and when the war happened, like all the Pandavas fought with the Kauravas. It was 18 days war. Successfully, Pandavas won, and they all went to Hastinapura, and then it was Krishna's time to go back to Dwarka, right? So when Krishna stayed in Vrindavan only till the age of 11, then after that he went to Mathura, he went to Sandip, when like he learned a lot of arts, and then after that he went to Dwarka, lived with his wives, 16,000 wives, so much opulence. So after the war he went to Dwarka, and everything should be normal now. But Krishna was crying every night, like he was missing his Vrindavan. He was like calling a Gopi's name, Gopa's name, like his friend's name, his mother's name, Yashoda Maya. He's like crying and missing so much night and day. Like his heart was in Vrindavan. Like, it's like one day, I don't know if you have experienced it, but like when your heart is somewhere else, like you just cannot concentrate on anything, so like Krishna's position was like that. He wanted to always be in Vrindavan, after so many years, he still didn't get a chance to go to Vrindavan. So he was like, so every day he goes to his like he created this like parliament system kind of, so where Krishna was a king in Dwaraka, so all the ministers, all the people would come, and like the architect from the heavens actually built this place, so he would go there and uh, talk to his subjects and solve their problems. So every day he used to go there. But then the queens were a little bit worried about Krishna. One second. Hare Krishna, Nanda. Thank you so much for joining. I'm sorry, I already started the class. So we're discussing about Jagannath pastimes. So how Krishna got this form. Yes.
Not Nanda.
Okay, sorry. Your name was like, I didn't know. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you so much, Sita, for joining. I'm so happy to see you again. When I was in India, you were part of the program. So yeah, so I'm telling the story of how Krishna got his form. I hope you remember it. Remember we talked about last time? Yeah, so I was talking about like how all the after Krishna went back to Dwaraka after the Kurukshetra war, he was crying, right? He was missing Vrindavan, and all the gopis were wondering why Krishna was crying, like he has everything in Dwaraka, why he doesn't need anything, right? So everyone approached Rohini queen, Queen Rohini, and who is mother of Baldev. And they were like, why Rohini Maya, like why Krishna has everything here, why I feel like he's missing something in his life, and he's always like so sad and morose. And Rohini Maya said, yeah, I can understand, because Krishna and Balram had so much fun in Vrindavan, even though they were only there for 10 years, but they had so much fun. So like then she started narrating all the pastimes, but before that they told Krishna's sister to guard the doors, so that because if Krishna and Balram heard this, then they will faint, because they miss Vrindavan so much. So Subhadra Maya said, okay, I'll do that. So she was guarding the door, and everyone was like gossiping about Krishna and Balram, everyone was so happy, so nectarian, all the childhood pastimes. We will discuss more. It's written in Krishna book, from how Krishna came to Gokul, how Nanda Maharaj did the naming ceremony, and after that, how he killed so many demons, how Natkat, how naughty Krishna was. He would go to Chup Chupke, he would go like hide and seek, like he would like go secretly to Gopi's house and steal the butter. So everyone was like, like it's like, Krishna was himself in Vrindavan. He doesn't have to hide himself. So so then after hearing this, like, Subhadra Maya was so enchanted by the beauty of the pastimes of Krishna. Then her eyes became so big and her arms went inside. She has no arms, like, and then and her legs went inside. And then Krishna and Balram, they just came out from the parliament, like the building after the discussion, and they're like wondering, where are everyone? I also want to hear about what they're talking about. So Balram came on the other side of Subhadramaya, and Krishna, who was in the hair dark black and he blue, like he was on the other side, and like they also started hearing this pastimes, and they were so enchanted by their own pastimes. And then Krishna was so excited that his eyes became so big, like round, and like his nose went inside, and like literally like Damodar. If you see Damodar's face, is like his eyes are so big, and his cheeks, and you can just see a big smile, biggest smile. When you're so happy, you just want to smile. So like if anyone sees that person, they will automatically smile because that person is having the biggest smile. And like, so Narada Muni was like, flying and just wondering what's happening in Dwarka. And then he saw this beautiful form of Jagannath. He's like, oh my God, oh Lord, please, please, we want to see you like this. And then Krishna wanted to fulfill Narada Muni's desire, and he comes. And then actually, there's another part of it where Lord Brahma, last week we were discussing how Brahma was great Mahajana, how of this universe, he tried to trick Krishna because he forgot that, he himself called Krishna to come on this planet. But before he created this universe, Brahma was very afraid, like I'm creating this universe, but people will be just stuck here. How will they come out? And then Krishna told him, don't worry, first 50 years I'll be as Neelachal and Neelachal Dham as my and my Vishnu form, and then other 50 years I'll come in Daru Brahma form. Means he'll come in this Jagannath form. So even at the time of Pralaya, like when it's time for the entire universe to engulfed by Lord Mahavishnu, but this Jagannath Kshetradam will never get destroyed. It'll always be. It's because it's Purushottam Dham. It's like it's Lord Krishna himself established as many. Like when the universe created, this Dham was there. Neelachal Dham. So it's very, very famous. When I was a kid, I was fortunate to go to Jagannath Puri Dham. So those who have not been there, please go at least once. And Krishna is so merciful. He's like any person who steps into this dham, no matter how sinful they are, that person will not take birth again. So he is so fortunate. And so that is like that is a unique form of Krishna. And so, but how did Krishna come? How did the temple get constructed here? So actually, there's a long time ago, there was this, many yugas back, like there was Indradyumna Maharaj, there was a king named Maharaj, and he was so devoted to Lord Vishnu. And he came to know that there is Lord Vishnu's deity in Neelachal Dham. So he asks one of his ministers to go and find out where about the Lord. So he goes into this forest, and there were these tribal people who actually serves him Jagannath Prasad, like Krishna Prasad. And he was like, oh my God, this is such a tasty prasad. Like he asked them, can you take me to that place, to the temple? So he actually goes into the temple, into this blue mountain, and then he sees this beautiful vigraha of Krishna, blue form, and he was so enchanted by it, like it was glowing, and he was like, I want my king to come and see. And like he runs and goes back to the kingdom, and he says, Maharaj, you should come.
Radhiji, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Radhiji, that servant of Lord Jadamni Maharaj, he was while going, he was throwing some seeds.
Yes, he was throwing some seeds, like because to know the path, otherwise you would forget, right? Yes, yes, thank you. Yeah, so he was then he comes back, and then so the king was so excited. He also wanted to see the Lord. So they all go in the same path that he created. He goes, and then when he goes and sees, the deity was not there, right? Um, and he was like so sad, like, oh my god, I missed it. Then actually it was like a leela of Krishna wanted to come in Jagannath form, so that's why he disappeared. So then that's what the Krishna told him in the voice form, that like, don't worry, Indradumna Maharaj, I'm going to come here, so don't worry about it. So like he goes back, he was so morose and sad. So one day he was going to the river, and then he sees this wood. So actually, this wood that was found actually is Mahavishnu, Lord Vishnu's hair. Like he was just like a small hair, piece of hair, and it just fell down and then became a big tree. That tree, that wood, that tree was floating in the river. And then he takes that wood, he takes help from his people and brings that wood. And he was looking for some nice wood sculpture. So actually, from the heaven, and then one of the devatas come. And do you remember the name of the devata?
What my
Do you remember the name of devata who actually sculpted Jagannath? Vishwa or something. I don't know how to pronounce, but like, yeah. So he comes, and so he actually tells to Izzadimna Maharaj, you can like you can close the door for 21 days, don't disturb me, I'll carve the deity, but you should not, he told them, like, don't open the door
Mataji,
until I.
yes, Mataji. His name is Vishwakarma.
Yeah, sorry, Vishwakarma. Sorry, yeah, Vishwakarma. So he's a very famous architect. I mean, like architect and wood sculpture and everything. Even like Dwarka city was built by Vishwakarma. Like Krishna told him to come, and he did service for Krishna. So all these devatas, they do a lot of service for the Lord. Um, and so he was very fortunate to come and do. So he then the he king closed the doors, and he was sculpting. And then after 21st day, he could not hear the noise. And then he was worried, like, what happened? Then he opened the door. He saw this beautiful Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani form. It was so big. Actually, Jagannath Puri form, like I was not able to get the exact picture, but I went when I was a kid. It was huge. Jagannath form, such a big smile. You will just fall in love with Jagannath. Um, and he was like, oh my god, like this is not, I don't know how, but then he was like, no worries, this is what Krishna wanted, to come in this form, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani. So now temple has to be constructed, right? So he did so many Yashvameda yagnas. That time back in the day, they would do so much sacrifices, and then devatas would come, and even Lord Brahma himself came to install the deities. Ceremony came, and then he did this. So that was Krishna's wish, and it happened. So we are so fortunate that, actually in this Jagannath temple, and Lord Indradumna asked Lord Krishna three boons, Jagannath. Jagannath means Lord of the universe. Usually we are not qualified. So people need some qualifications to go near God, but God is so merciful. Krishna is so merciful in this form that don't worry, even if you're not qualified, I will come outside. I will come, and I will try to find the best in you. So he's so merciful. When you see Krishna, even though you have the words, like you'll see, okay, there might be one, okay, this person is holding hands for me. That is enough. So Krishna is that merciful in this Jagannath form. That's why he got this name Jagannath. And then the king asked him three boons. Oh Krishna, I don't want son. Because if I have a son, the first boon is he doesn't want any son or any legacy, because like this temple, everything is for the people. I don't want anyone to be occupied or anything. So he didn't want a son. And the second boon is Krishna should always eat, eat, eat. So like this is the only temple where Krishna is eating. He doesn't even he doesn't sleep. And the last one was like, you don't sleep. So And it said that pujaris actually put some food in the temple. Some devatas, in the morning time, we humans go take darshan of Jagannath, and in the midnight, the devatas would come and take the prasad of the Lord and have discussion with him. So so it's so blissful to just think about these pastimes. And then
Once you told the
yes,
story,
what is it?
once you told the story.
Yeah, I did like long time. So this is like actually, I was telling like that all my life I got an opportunity to see Jagannath Rath Yatra, and since I was 5 years old in Balram Desh, which is in Bahrain, and then I was in UK when I was in Tennessee, but I never got a chance to take a picture or a video of it. But I happened to go to UK, and I fell in love with Jagannath even more when I came to know about his pastime in Dwaraka, like how he got his form, and I fell in love with him so much, then even more. And I found this video. I think you'll find me somewhere here, taking video here. I went with a group of devotees in London, and I'll just check it out. 1 second. There's a cart coming. As you can see here, I'm somewhere here. Yeah, I'm taking here. This is Blue Ghagra. So so that was like a small clip I found when I was doing Rath Yatra in London that time. It was very nice. So um so
Actually,
now
I didn't saw you there.
yeah, I was there in the blue Ghagra. I don't know if you saw me.
Blue and orange
Orange,
actually.
yes. I was from
Yeah,
the back
taking
side.
video.
Yeah, I was taking video.
Taking video.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, so this Maharaj, I had met him when I was a kid in Bahrain. His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he would come very often to Bahrain and tell a lot of Jagannath pastimes. He's from West Bengal, and I didn't know much about them, but I would just hear him speak. I would just fall in love with Jagannath stories. He's such a nice narrator, and we'll just hear about him for a few glories of Jagannath. And then I created a small puzzle. We'll play after this. We'll see.
okay, ma'am.
I'm just gonna put not all of it.
So fallen, so sinful.
So can you
If
hear it?
Bhagavan will consider that, then there is no hope. So that's why in this Kali Yuga, Krishna manifested in Jagannath form and in
Okay, can you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Kunja Bihari Jagannath Archa Vigraha. Jagannath Archa Vigraha. So even if he comes in deity form, but Lord Jagannath has so many beautiful pastimes. And how he reciprocated with devotees. Jagannath is Bhakta Vatsal Bhagavan and is Patita Pavana. Jagannath does not consider how sinful you are. It does not matter to him. He will deliver you. Rather more sinful, you are more qualified to get mercy of Jagannath and Mahaprabhu. Yes. Mahaprabhu taking a candle searching for that person who is the most sinful. So that is the magnanimity of Jagannath and Mahaprabhu. He is very, very patita pavana. But one thing Jagannath does not like. That is known as Garbha Ganjan. You know Garbha Ganjan? Who smashes the ahankar, the pride. He does not like the pride. Well, there is one person, Jagat Seth. He came from Hyderabad, very rich person, long before. Then he told Pandas, your Jagannath eats Chappan Bhaga, his Bada Thakur means he is the Bhagavan. So I want to donate 1 lakh rupees to feed him. And Panda said, okay, you give 1 lakh rupees, gradually every day will offer. No, not every day. Today everything you must spend in 1 day. And that time, milk liter was 4 paisa. Ghee liter was 50 paisa. And the Pandas thinking, how can we spend 1 lakh rupees? What kind of Bhagavan you have? 1 lakh rupees cannot spend. The Pandas become very worried. Okay, we'll ask Bhagavan. He is very proud. I brought 1 lakh rupees. We'll ask Bhagavan what he wants. Then he goes, let me see what Bhagavan wants to eat. And that night Pandas went, in a dream Bhagavan came. He said, Prabhu, now you are a great challenge for us. So this fellow wants to give 1 lakh rupees. So how can we spend so much money for you? Please tell us what you want. And Jagannath told, okay, tell him to give one khili pan. Khili pan means, betel nut. Pan, they make pan. Pan, 1 lakh rupees, pan has no value at that time. If milk cost 4 paisa, what a pan is nothing. How can spend 1 lakh rupees? And Jagannath said, no, tell him, the pan I eat, I am Bhagavan. The pan I eat, I don't eat pan with lime. They put lime, no? So instead of lime, tell him what he has to do. He has to put Gajamoti powder. Gajamoti means the pearl. Usually pearl comes from the shell, right? But the Gajamoti means, see, some very fortunate elephants, in their head, they have also pearl. So tell him to get that pearl, make powder and put in my pan. So okay, next day that man came, Jagat said, very ahankar, pride. Oh, what Jagannath told, what he wants to eat. Because he has brought 1 lakh, no? That time 1 lakh means now maybe 100 crores. What Jagannath wants. Then Panda said, he wants a pan. Pan? What pan? I have brought 1 lakh rupees. No, pan, but he wants a pan, you have to put this Gajamati powder. Gajamati powder? If you kill 1,000 elephants, you may get 1 Gajamati. Then he realized that I was so proud. Oh Lord Jagannath, I was so proud. I came with 1 lakh rupees. But now I realized that I couldn't feed 1 pan also. And he opened his turban. Then he brought his money and kept it there, offered obeisances and left. This is Jagannath. There are other pastimes also, as his Garbha Ganjan. One pastime I will tell you, just to prove, to show us. Also that pastime describes why Sudarshan Chakra. We say Chakra, Sudarshan is Chakra. But with Jagannath, is he Chakra? What he looks like? Like a pillar. Like a pillar. So in this regard, the Puri people, they describe one story, very interesting story. Once, Sudarshan became a little proud also. I am so great, I am great devotee, very powerful, I am so powerful, I am giving protection to Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is holding me on his hand, he is a little proud. And Jagannath thinking, I am Garbha Ganjan, I smash everybody's pride and sitting next to me, you are thinking like this. He's Antarjami, Okay, I'll give you a good lesson. He told Sudarshan, on South Sea, there's an island. One of my great devotee, very powerful devotee, he's doing tapasya. You call him. Sudarshan, great devotee, more greater than me, more powerful than me. Who is that? Jagannath said, he's Hanuman. Sadhu Sudarshan could not tolerate this. How he can become more powerful than me? Then he went there, that island. Hanuman was doing tapasya. As you know, tapasya Hanuman. And he told Hanumanji, so Jagannath calling you, he want to meet you. Hanuman said, oh, very good. I'm so fortunate, Jagannath is remembering me. He gave the message and Sudarshan left. The speed of mind, Sudarshan moves. Then Hanuman prepared and came to Puri. So he went to the lion's gate. So one chakra is moving there, not allowing to go inside. North gate, south gate, which of 4 gates, however one chakra is moving, not allowing. Sudarshan doesn't want. So then Hanuman offered obeisance, says, Lord Jagannath, what should I do? By Jagannath's mercy, he made 4 arms and he picked up 4 Sudarshan chakra and entered into the temple. And inside the temple, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra sitting on the altar, and Sudarshan personification, folded hand, sitting there. And Sudarshan thinking, let me see. Jagannath saying, he's a great devotee, very powerful, let me see how powerful he is. He can't enter the temple. But after some time, Sudarshan saw the Hanuman coming with 4 Sudarshan chakras in his hand, like toy. She felt so shy. Then Jagannath looked at him. See, you are thinking you are so great. Hanuman carrying 4 like you in his hand, like toy. So you committed offense to Hanuman. You are so proud because as chakra are sitting on my hand. So from today, you will not stay as chakra form. You become pillar. Sit next, not on my right hand, to sit in left hand. So that is the reason why Sudarshan everywhere else in chakra form, but Puri he is in this pillar form. Then Sudarshan started to cry. My Lord, I am your devotee, I am your servant. You cursed me like this. I can't be as a chakra with you. Then okay, I will give you blessings also. The blessings is, you will be on top of my temple at chakra. You will be known as Neela Chakra. Neela Sagara, Neela Parvata, Neela Kandara, Neela Madhava, and Neela Chakra. The special boon I give you, that anybody will enter into the temple and get my darshan. What result he gets? If somebody cannot enter my temple, just take darshan of you chakra, the same result he will get. Somebody cannot enter into the temple, just take darshan of Sudarshan. I think Jagannath knows the one day Prabhupada will come, preach all over the world, and the Pandas will not allow Western devotees. So what will happen to them? She had arranged in advance. If somebody cannot allow, they see Sudarshan Chakra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first went to Puri, from 10 kilometers he saw Sudarshan Chakra, and he saw Bala Gopala there. Many devotees have seen. There is one devotee called Dasya Bauri. Dasya Bauri is very famous in Orissa. So once he came to Puri during Rath Yatra time. So he was chanting and dancing and having darshan of Lord Jagannath. So he liked Jagannath's eyes very much, very beautiful eyes, The red circle, is a red, so there is a white circle, there is a black spot. He liked that very much. So then he went back to his house, village, 2 kilometers from Puri. That village is still there. He is from low scheduled caste person. So his wife brought food for him. Poor people, no? She was using one clay plate, red color clay plate. On top of it there was white rice, and middle of the white rice there is black spinach. So she brought this food. And Dasya Bauri saw, what is this? You are giving eye of my Lord. The whole day he is watching Jagannath's eyes, And it's a red circle plate. Then in between there is white rice. On top black. So what you were giving eyes of my Lord. Then he started describing, so beautiful, Lord is so merciful, this chanting, dancing. These are the devotees. Stabara jangama dekhe na dekhe tar murti, sarvatra hai tar ishtadeva spurti. The devotees, whatever they see, they don't see mountain, they don't see building, they don't see tree, they see Krishna everywhere. He saw, he did not eat, chanting, dancing. His wife became very worried. What happened to him? He's haunted by ghost or what? Maybe he went to Puri, somebody did some tantra mantra. Then she went and called village leaders, please come. My husband is not eating anything. Then village leaders came, asked, his name was Balidas by that time. What happened? Why are you not eating? How can I eat? Just see. He's giving eye of my Lord to eat. He's just describing. Then village leaders understood that he is not haunted by ghost. He has so much love, devotion. And they told his wife, please go take out this plate and bring rice and spinach in separate plates. She brought, then he ate very happily. So Jagannath was so pleased. Jagannath one day appeared in his dream. Said, what boon do you want? I am very pleased, such a great devotee, so dedicated, and to give some boon. What blessing? No, I am happy. No, please tell what you want. Please bless me, I can get good food every day. That you will get. Anything else? Then he said, when I go to Puri, they don't allow me to go inside. I cannot get your darshan. Please make some arrangements, I can have your darshan. Then Jagannath said, okay, when you come to Puri, look on my chakra. You can get my darshan there. So then one day, this Dasya Bauri brought one basket full of mangoes, ripened mangoes, about 40 mangoes, and came to Puri. And all pandas are standing at the gate. They know he cannot enter the temple. He said, look asked, oh, you give me all these mangoes. I will offer to Lord Jagannath. Then he said, no, I will not give you. You will not give, you are untouchable, you cannot go inside the temple, you will take back all these mangoes. No, I will offer. You offer, how can you offer? See how I am offering. He kept the mango and looked up in the Sudarshan Chakra. And there he saw Jagannath. Oh my Lord Jagannath. He picked up 2 mangoes and gave to Jagannath, and 2 mangoes disappeared. He picked up 2 mangoes, got 2 mangoes. So by these hundreds of people surrounded there. The pandas become very worried. That this man will become very famous. Nobody will care for us. And they say, no. Jagannath never eat like this. He is just a magician, showing magic like this. Then no, I don't know any magic. I can see Jagannath. Jagannath is taking all the mangoes. You please go and check. And one panda ran to the temple. And he opened the doors. And he saw Jagannath has eaten all the mangoes. And all the seeds and peels are there in Jagannath temple. So this is just an instance I gave that how taking darshan of Sudarshan Chakra you can get also. So I told you Garbhaganjan. Then there is nice sweet pastimes of Patita Pavan. So Bhakta Vatsal. Jagannath is so Bhakta Vatsal. In Jagannath temple, whatever now ceremony going on, that what Jagannath told, just like Rath Yatra, Jagannath told, this time you do Jagannath Rath Yatra. This 15 days, I will have fever. No? So we are now encouraging devotees, we should follow that. For preaching purpose, Prabhupada is doing Rath Yatra any time. But it will be better we follow the tithi, because Shastra says, on this tithi you take me out. On chariot rathe vamanam dashta punarjanma na vidyate. And at least the Snan Purnima we should follow on that day. What is happening in ISKCON? Any day we do Rath Yatra, and prior to that 15 days we close. By force we put Jagannath into fever. But that is not fever time. And this 15 days we are taking darshan. But in Orissa it's very offensive to have darshan of Jagannath. These fever pastimes. So much so in some shop or restaurant, they have Jagannath, they will cover it that time. In Orissa, Bengal, Bangladesh, Assam, Bihar, nowhere people can think of doing Jagannath anytime fever. So that's why some place I have seen during fever pastimes, they are having Rath Yatra also. So I think we should do at least Rath Yatra we can do any time, but at least Snan Purnima is birthday, like Janmashtami. Can we do Janmashtami any day? No, the particular day we have to Janmashtami. No, that day we should do Snan Purnima, and 15 days close it. Then after 15 days, you can have small Rath Yatra inside the temple or inside the campus, bus. Then other day for preaching purpose, we can do big Rath Yatra. So in London, different places, they have started practicing. In America also, New Jersey, different. And they started a small Rath Yatra on Rath Yatra day. Last year, 2,000 people came. It's very big, big programs. So in this way, Jagannath, there are different rules. Some Jagannath said, some Shastra says, some Acharyas introduce, and something that devotee has come. Because of devotee, Jagannath changed everything. No Shastra, he doesn't follow any Shastras. So there is one person, his name is Prabhu Das. He had come from South India. So he was very poor, panwala. He used to sell pan. Okay. That time there is no system of offering pan to Jagannath. But this person very much wanted how nice it would be if Jagannath could eat pan. But who cares, a poor panwala? So nobody listened, but Jagannath could understand. He realized my devotee wants to offer me pan. So this is not a Puranic thing, this is during Mahaprabhu's times. So that time there is a very famous devotee called Balaram Das. So one day, when the door was closed, night time, the Balaram was chanting his rounds in front of the temple. Then Balaram Das saw from the temple, Jagannath temple, two very strong, nice looking boys came out. They were wearing nice thread, Brahman threads, white cloth. Then they entered into this Prabhudas house. So he was chanting his rounds. So when they came out, then Balaram Das saw they're chewing pan
Yes.
and that red lips
Voice
I-
is breaking, Madhu.
Okay, sorry, wait. What about
also.
now?
So 2-3 days he saw like this.
It's
Then
okay.
he's thinking, who are these two people going to Balaram Das house?
It's okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's just Krishna and Balram came as two boys and they went to that devotees.
To Prabhudas house. So one day, Balaram Das met Prabhudas in temple courtyard. So he asked Prabhudas, I see every day two people going to your house. What are they doing? And they came for pan. So they take pan, yes, but they pay you? No, they don't pay. Are you a businessman? If you don't take money, how will you run your business? And Prabhupada said, but they look so beautiful. I don't ask them. And they don't give also. Then Balaram Das, no, tomorrow they come, you must ask them money. He says, tomorrow I must take all this, taking free pan. He doesn't know who are coming to eat pan. So next night, the two boys came. And then Prabhudas prepared pan and gave to their hand. Then put into mouth and start to walk away. Hey, where are you going? Every day you are taking pan going away, you must pay for the pan. So they came back. But you never ask money. How do you know that today we will ask money? We have not brought any money. So tomorrow will come, we will pay all money to you. All previous days and tomorrow every money will pay. And Prabhupada looked at them. But you are young boys. Maybe out of fear of payment you may not come tomorrow. So one of you put your chadar here with me, keep here. When you give money, then I will give a chadar back. Then one of those two brothers put chadar, gave chadar, and Prabhudas kept in his house and went to sleep. And next morning, the Sringari means who does the dressing, it's called Sringari. She came to the temple, he had changed the dress, and Jagannath chadar is missing. Hare, there are thieves. So Jagannath chadar is stolen. So this news spread. The thieves entering the temple, stolen Jagannath chadar. But everybody thinking, Jagannath so much golden ornaments, diamonds. If thief comes, while still chadar. living behind the golden ornaments. So nobody could understand what happened. And Prabhudas went, Balaram Das went to Prabhudas' house. So those two boys came yesterday. Yes. Did they buy pan? Yes. Did they pay money? No. But today they will come. I have kept the chadar. No? So then Balaram said, can you bring that chadar? So he brought the chadar. So that was the chadar which was offered to Lord Jagannath previous night. So from that day, the pujari realized that Jagannath wants to take pan. So till today, every day, the pan is offered to Jagannath. So like this, that any new systems introduced to Jagannath temples, it is because of some pastime took place like this. And one more famous pastime I will tell how Jagannath tradition changes. There is one group of tourists that come from Maharashtra. Anybody from Maharashtra here? Bombay wala? Oh, someone from Maharashtra. Okay. It's an interesting story. So there is this visited Puri, and you might have heard this story if you are from Maharashtra. There's a lady called Kararbai. So she liked Puri so much, she did not leave Puri. She stayed there. And she would see Jagannath like her son, very affectionate. And Jagannath Puri, there is no timetable. Nothing, it is not like ISKCON, no? 4:30 Mangalarti, but here 5:30 Mangalarti. Or Darshan is on time. Jagannath Puri, nothing happens on time. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours late. In Jagannath Puri, every day, 5,000 people are engaged in service. Yes. The service there, one group of people only cooking, that's it. A specific group of people, they will only do carrying from the kitchen to Jagannath inside the temple. One group of people, they will do only cleaning the temple rooms, then only prasad will come. And another group of people, some people, they will go play big Kunja Bihari. Hey, where are you going? Every day, diamonds, if thief comes, while systems introduced to Jagannath temples. There's a lady called Kararbai. So she liked Puri so much, she did not leave Puri, she stayed there. And she would see Jagannath like her son, very affectionate. And Jagannath Puri, there is no timetable. Nothing, it is not like ISKCON, no? 4:30 Mangalarti, but here 5:30 Mangalarti. Or Darshan is on time. Jagannath Puri, nothing happens on time. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours late. In Jagannath Puri, every day, 5,000 people are engaged in service. Yes. The service there, one group of people only cooking, that's it. A specific group of people, they will only do carrying from the kitchen to Jagannath inside the temple. One group of people, they will do only cleaning the temple rooms, then only prasad will come. And another group of people, some people, they will go play bigul, no? Oh, Lakshmi Devi, Jagannath is ready to eat, please send. Then only bhoga will come, otherwise bhoga cannot come. So everybody have their own service. If that person is not there, even if head pujari is there, he cannot offer. So for example, that person who has to play the bigul, he is coming on the way, he has to go to nature call. 1 hour, then 1 hour, whole temple freezes. Everybody wait for 1 hour. This is what happens in Jagannath temple. No? So this Mata is thinking, sometimes Jagannath get up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, So he is thinking, oh, my son must be very hungry. So what she does, every day she gets up very early morning, without taking bath or anything. She cooks some khichdi and she offers to Jagannath with so much love and devotion. Jagannath personally comes and take this prasad, his bhoga. And she was very charitable. All sadhu sannyasis she would invite and feed them. So once one South Indian sannyasi Brahman had come to eat prasad in her house. Then he saw this Kararbai not taking bath, not cleaning pots, just cooking. And, oh, my dear mother, you are offering to Lord Jagannath and you are not clean. This is not good. You should take bath, wash your cloth, clean the pots. She's simple, humble lady. Oh, really? I did not know that. Okay, from tomorrow I'll do like this. I'll follow all these things. So next day, very early morning, on time, Jagannath came for khichdi. This Mataji is in bathroom.
Okay. Sorry, I might have to stop right now here. Um, I'm going to share the stories. Hare Krishna Mataji. So yeah, I'm going to share the stories, the YouTube channel that Maharaj stories with you, Jagannath stories. You can get a chance to hear. And also, I've made a puzzle, online puzzle, so you can go and solve the Jagannath's puzzle. It's like a photo. I'll just show you really quick. Let's see. Mhm. Can go to this website and you can. This is the picture I've chosen, and just click here. Start solving. Yes.
Can you send that video, Rath Yatra video?
Yes. Yeah, I'll send that both. And then you can solve. Like you can shift here. So you can. If the eye is supposed to be here, and you can see the picture as well, and how it's just like a game that you can play. And also I wanted to say, if anyone wanted to share any of their craft or any cooking they have done for Jagannath, or any service they have done, or if you have done any small Ratha Yatra in your colony, or so please do share those moments to the group, by Tam Krishna group, and I'll compile all that and share to my spiritual master. So he'll be very, very happy. The Supreme Lord will be very happy uh, during this time. So Hare Krishna.